Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And we are stagnating. $20,800, $20,600 just from the top of $21,552. So we dropped up to 21,500. We pumped up to 21,552. Dropped to 20,700, dropped again to 10,500, and now we are back at 20,700. So in short, we aren't actually moving at all. We aren't actually moving at all. And now, since we aren't moving at all, we need to look at different stats on Bitcoin. First of all, so I'll start with Bitcoin. Now I'm going to analyze Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame. We've been here for too long. So what's happening? First of all, what's happening? First of all, as I said, on the 1 hour time frame, we broke that bullish trend line. We didn't bounce from it, we had to move sideways from it. This shows a bit of a stagnating movement over here. So nothing has changed in price. There isn't much volatility in the market. So you can, as you can see, we are at that resistance point in the 1 hour time frame at the price of, let's say, even $20,500. Is a target now being looked at Bitcoin. So we are simply having difficulties dropping from this point. We're just stagnating from this point, and that is what people are tired at. People want large volumes in the markets. So if you look at the stocks have fallen further down. Okay, from the bottom that it was. This is within the 1 day time frame. Look at the lowest point of the stocks within the 1 day time frame. The lowest is at 3,696. It seems we might be going back to that level of 3,636. Just might, not it will, just might. We might drop to the level of $3,700, the price of $3,650. So if we drop to the price of $3,600 or $3,700, if you're able to break this support level over here, then I'll simply say that you will break $3,700, head back lower on the SP 500. And if you head back lower, then we are looking at this point. We are looking at the point of $3,408 at its lowest. So this is now a support. Then the support now will become the resistance that will be broken at this point, will now become the, currently you are at the resistance point. This is now the support level. If you break this support level, you're going to the next support level, which is 3,393, in which will make our previous support to become the resistance. So currently you'll have a resistance over here if you're able to drop below that at 3696 to 3700. So that's a target to look at on the SP 500, currently at 3852. So we are looking at a drop of probably 5 to 6% on SP 500 to make another lower lows in the market. If the SP 500 is able to fall below 3696, expect Bitcoin to even touch maybe a price of I don't know. Let's look at the chart. Let's just look at the chart, just in case of the price. On the worst case scenario, so can we go back to this price? Or can we touch this price again? That's the question. So able to break that support level, then I'm expecting us to go back to the range of $17,839.72. Because if you're looking at the Bitcoin dominance even currently, you're seeing that stagnating pump over here also on Bitcoin dominance. You're having a high pump, low pumps, high pumps, low pumps, playing on the range of 43.53%. Now, the question is, if we're able to move above the 44.28%, but to be precise, to be able to move above 44.46%, if you're able to move above 44.46%, then that will seem to be bullish on Bitcoin's dominance, just 44.46%. As you can see, we are seeing an inversion over here with the stochastic relative strength index, an inversion over here with the relative strength index. So that seems that we might start pumping back up within the Bitcoin dominance, and by that, that means we might have a drop, maybe. You may never know. We might have a drop maybe to $19,000, and you have that drop to the $19,000. I need you to check out something. I'm not sure if we have the altcoin dominance is at 56.48%. Let me look at USDT. We have that. USDT market cap is at 66.891 billion, but I need to look at it in terms of percentage. The USDT dominance percentage is at 7.3%. So it's now at its highest, 7.3%. If you can keep this on the monthly, let's say on the weekly, first of all, on the weekly, you can see it's been climbing time by time. So beginning of 2019, we had a drop because most people are investing on altcoins. Then we continued dropping. Then on during COVID, USDT stable coins pumped back up, came back down, pumped, came back down. Now we are pumping back up on USDT stablecoin. So first of all, we had a relative strength index over here at the price of 80. And then we had our lowest over here during the alt season at 30. So if you can check the Bitcoin dominance, we are seeing higher highs being formed on Bitcoin dominance, but now it's beginning to flow back down. But the funny thing is that rather than people investing on Bitcoin, they're still on the belief of a bull run. They still believe on a bull run, and that's why, as long as you're in the belief of a bull run, we can't be able to pump significantly with Bitcoin at all. We can't be able to pump with Bitcoin at all, at all, at all, as long as the Bitcoin dominance is down. Same thing if we can have, for example, if we can talk of, as an example, what can we talk of as an example? The dollars. Okay, if the dollar's dominance comes down, so what's going to happen to the global economy that is in the US? It will start having a bit of some crash. Okay, but if you can have the dollar index pumping back up, it's quite high. That means it's favorable for the own economy. Okay, there's so much demand for the dollar. Okay, that's the same thing that's happening on Bitcoin. If there's so much demand on Bitcoin, you'll be seeing bull cycles where altcoins will be pumping. But currently, we are not seeing altcoins pumping at all. The market is so boring currently. Even I myself, I feel so bored within the market because they're just repeating the same thing that we might have talked yesterday. The market is boring, but how is it playing out? What I'm simply waiting for to see where the completion rate will be at. Remember, I said one thing. Remember, I said one thing. Remember, I talked of the wave formation. We need to see where the four will complete. And if you can have a bounce from that, that is where the four needs to be looked at. That's why I'm just looking at that four segment. Look at the previous video to be able to get that attention or the idea. Let's see where that four segment will fall onto. If that four segment is able to complete, that's when you can be able to know on the next rally on where Bitcoin is headed to. But currently, we are seeing a lot of FUD in the market. So number one thing that you'll have to know, tomorrow at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., we'll be receiving the Germany and Spanish CPI data. That is the Consumer Price Index data. Tomorrow is the D-Day. So after the news comes out tomorrow, how will the market react to it? How will the global market react to it? How will the crypto market react to it? That's what you're all waiting for tomorrow. If you can have a bit of some volatility, because definitely I'm expecting a bit of some higher according to it will be higher than the expectation of what we're expecting on Spanish and the CPI data. I'm expecting it to be higher than what is being expected currently. Okay. If the expectation is at 8.1%, we might see higher expectations maybe at 8.4, 8.6, or 8.7%. That is what we might see. So that is what I'm curiously waiting for to see tomorrow. And if it's that bad, we might have just a tumble immediately down, and then maybe we might pump back up. Who knows? Yeah, we might have a tumble down and then we pump back up immediately. So that is what exactly I'm waiting for to see. But I'm thinking that there might be a tumble tomorrow. If it's negative, there'll be a bit of some tumble. It won't be like the UK or the US inflation data, but I'm expecting just a tumble back down, maybe to have a test. The least test I'm expecting, just the least test I'm expecting, maybe I can short to a level of 19,200, just at the least, just on the worst case expectations, 19,000 on the price of 19,879, not that bad. Just a drop 19,799. If it falls further, it's fine, but I'll book my profits at $19,789 in Bitcoin. Now, let's look at our book map over here. At our book map, first of all, we are seeing large buy orders over here. It's quite fun. It's back again. Large buy orders at 20,200. Then we are now seeing again limit orders or buy orders at 20,600, but there isn't any sell limit. There aren't any sell limit orders, but there are large buying limit orders. That means there there doesn't seem to be quite some liquidity in the market, because if you look at this vector candle over here, we had this large vector candle from the price of $21,000 to $21,500. Again, you had another vector candle, $21,100, and now we had another vector candle exactly from 20,500 to 20,639. So much of the liquidity is here within $20,600, $20,200. That is what you're expecting to see in the market, probably on the shorter time frame. We'll see if these limit orders will still be there, but there's large buying orders. So if there's large buying orders, I need you to understand this. The whales won't want you to have a major drop on the Bitcoin price. They won't want to have a major drop on the Bitcoin price. Just manipulation. So if people start panicking, it can't simply drop to $18,000 or $17,000 unless they remove these large limit orders that you're seeing currently in front of our screen. What they'll try to do, they will just erase those orders and we fall to 19 or 18K. But as long as those orders are there, we will not move below it. Those are large quantity orders that have been placed there on around the market of crypto. Second of all, since you're not seeing any limit sell limit orders, that means there is low volatility in the market. And let's look at what's happening between the shorts and the longs. Within the 4-hour time frame, we are seeing longs at 71.43%. Within the 1 hour, we are seeing a 72.56%. Within 12 hours, we are seeing shorts at 51.61%, a bit of some confusion, but some are expecting a bit of some relief. And then within 24 hours, we're expecting a 57.12% going long from here. So people are still on a belief that's going long. But you can look at the ratio, 57.43%. Sometimes it's 51%, 49%. So people are on the limbo of a 50-50 point to understand where exactly are we heading to. Tell us where exactly are we heading to in the markets. So myself, I won't know. But if it's bearish, this is the target that I'm looking at, 19,000. Say 879. Worst case scenario is $18,977 or $19,000. Those are just on the worst case scenario. If the data comes out, we might see a bit of some pump. If it's good, we might see a bit of some pump. But remember, we're looking at global inflation. We're not looking at individuals, countries' inflation. We are looking at global inflation to see exactly what might transpire. Is this the bottom? It doesn't feel like the bottom, but maybe it's the bottom. No one knows what's going to happen. But let's watch and wait to see what happens in the market. So myself, I'm going to leave this trend line over here. This is a new trend line I'm drawing. There it is. So myself, if able to break this resistance point we're looking at, maybe touch these lows, bounce a bit, retest this zone, come back it, bounce a bit, just flow and flow and flow and flow. That's on the bearish case scenario. What can happen? If it's able to break above this bearish trend line over here, then I will say seems quite bullish enough. But just on this case, on these zones, We are just on the bearish trend line on Bitcoin's price. Yes, and there it is. Yes. So if you can break this, I'll be quite bullish because you already have a double top over here. 1 and 2. Let's see if you can test these lows over here, or you can test up here again. So we might go much, but just a bit lower if the stocks won't also plunge that much. You may never know, you might even plunge even today. So I'm just waiting to see those targets to see what happens. So that's what I have for you. The market hasn't changed that much, but as long as the volatility happens, that's when we can be able to know what's exactly happening. But you can look at the dollar index is pumping today. Yesterday it was red. And gold, what is gold doing today? Gold is declining today, but oil is pumping at 1.56, 1.59 to 1.6% up. So that's what I'm waiting for to see what happens. So I'm glad that we were able to do the session as of today. Uh, Probably I won't be around within the week, just working out on some projects. I'll not be able to be around within the week, but I'll still keep you guys up to date within the Telegram channel. And after 1 week, I'll be back and we'll continue with the sessions. So take care, cheers, and bye bye.